Ashish Nehra today has a reputation of having had every bone operated upon. But perhaps his journey down the road of injuries began famously with a swollen ankle before the 2003 match against England.
Durban, in the evening when under the lights the ball just tend to do a bit. It's not an easy batting conditions, but you still have to get the ball up and get it to swing. And Ashish in that particular tournament was bowling really well. I mean, his pace was up. He was, at times he was almost mid 145, sort of mid 140s to 150s.
Ashish was reminded about pitching the ball up because the lights were not that great, and any ball that was pitched up to the batsman found it a little difficult in terms of timing. So we kept on talking about it. And I think he bowled a dream spell that particular game.
Nehra came on to bowl first change and only let go of the ball once he'd completed his 10 overs. By then, England were 8 down.
But he just bowled this most fantastic line of leg. Left arm, pretty lively, a little bit of swing, but really most of the 6 wickets he took were just balls angled across the England batsman. You had Nasser, I remember, sort of tried to late cut one that was too close to him. Michael Vaughan nicked off. Craig White wafted like a blind man. Alex Stewart was out first ball. He got one that pitched on and maybe came back at him. A really good piece of bowling. Basically, he just gave them absolutely nothing to hit. He bowled a super line and legs. They didn't know whether to go forward or back. Some went across, some came back in. Just really skillful left arm bowling, and showed what a really fine player he could have been.
And he's a very skillful bowler because he can swing the ball both ways. He swings it in, he takes it away. It's just a pity, I guess, that he's been injured so often, because when he's right, he's got height, he's got bounce, he's got everything that you need to be a fast bowler.
It was one of Nehra's greatest performances in his career. He never quite lived up to the feeling India had after that night, that they'd found themselves a fast bowler to reckon with.
Nehra would go on to spend more time tending to injuries than on the field. Much credit for his spells like this one went to his physios.
There wasn't doubts whether he would actually play, because he stepped on a ball, I think, before that, and his ankle was really swollen, and so because he bowled so well in the tournament, I mean, they were really worried about whether he'd be able to play. But the physio, Andrew Lepus, and these guys worked really hard with him and got him ready for that game. And I guess thankfully for us, because of the way he bowled and the impact that he had on the match.
And literally spent the whole time sitting with his ankles in an ice bucket and he was told, the physio told Saurav Ganguly that, listen, you bowl him in one spell. Don't have him stop and start and go, just bowl him in one spell. And then Nehra had that one spell and he just cleaned out sort of England's batting.
I think when you have an injury, you always tend to bring in that extra resolve in you to put the ball in the right areas. I think that will keep you, charged, as well as your focus and concentration will be much better. So always an injured bowler will bowl better than the one in the space where he is absolutely fit.
It was Nehra's perseverance and grit that made him a captain's delight. It's also why he was able to bounce back after numerous injuries.
Mike Selvey in The Guardian compared him to Wasim Akram, although more for the run-up than the ferocity of the delivery. And Saurav Ganguly said lots of Indian bowlers wouldn't have been past fit to play because of his ankle trouble, but it was only Nehra's determination that got him onto the field.
The man, who's now having a career behind the mic, will credit this fiery spell as one of his career peaks. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.